Welcome, everyone, to the Real Whovians cast, episode 905. I am your host, Matrix Lord 212, and I'm with Steampunk Starraisin.
Here in Hollywood of AmberStreet.com.
Happy New Year, bro.
Or soon to be.
Yeah, not yet, but it's 9:17 here. What time is it over there?
6:19.
Nice. All right. So I got a question for you. This is a Doctor Who podcast here, so Real Whovians cast. My question is two questions. One, did you see the Christmas special?
I have not.
Okay, and two, what do you look forward to with Doctor Who next year? What do you want to see?
Well, I was really disappointed with the Missy storyline. They introduced her as a really badass villain, and then she kind of went out like weak sauce. And I'd like to resume the Missy storyline. And I mean, they were kind of setting up Missy like she was a friend, which was kind of weird because she was trying to kill the Doctor too. But then that last episode, you know, in the last season where Missy appeared in episode 2 of season 9, she appeared to be buddy-buddy with the Doctor, and he didn't seem to mind her company, even though she had done all those devious things. And it just didn't make much sense to me. And I would like them to fix some plot holes that they've set up.
Yeah.
That's
okay. So you want more Missy, but better explanation of why they're friends, right?
Yeah, why they're friends. It makes no sense to me if she's the master, and maybe a little bit of background into how she became to the determination to become transgender, which technically she is. I know you hate saying it, but I joke about it a lot. But I mean, I joke about it in a friendly way. She technically is a transgender character because she used to be male, and now she's female. But is she really the master? I mean, sometimes I wonder that.
She definitely is, from what I understand. So, but all right. So Missy, you want the Missy situation resolved. What do you want Capaldi to do as the Doctor? Do you want him to be dark?
It's as long as it's a well-written story and it's good, and you know, I mean, a lot of season 8 and 9, there were some bad episodes and there were some good episodes. Right. But yeah, my favorite Doctor Who episode by far still is Heaven Sent. So
yeah,
I mean, I mean, that was a dark episode, but I liked how, you know, it kind of reminded me of, I don't know, maybe the reason why I like the episode so much is it kind of reminded me of myself in a lot of ways. You're in a situation that's really dark and grim, and you feel trapped, and he has to go from his own memories to seek inspiration, and seek inspiration from within himself. And I thought that was beautiful the way they did that.
One of the best
episodes. So yeah, I mean, if they could write stuff, I mean, you know, Clara is not really dead, I guess. You know, I'd like to see what's going on with that. She's got her own TARDIS. I mean, I know she died, but then time is non-linear, and in the future she comes back anyway, and then she's got a TARDIS and she can still time travel. But I know a lot of people hate Clara. I never hated her. And but they got a new companion.
It's just that they ruined, I guess they made her have too much say over things or whatever.
Well, it's because she embedded herself in the Doctor's time stream. That was well explained, though. I didn't have any problem with that because that was well explained and made sense to me. That if she was trying to save the Doctor and she was embedded in his time stream, she would know him better than anybody else because she was embedded in every aspect of his history. So she would become very important. She changed the timeline. So I didn't have a problem with that at all.
She also got the Time Lords to give him more regenerations, and she also convinced him to save Gallifrey rather than destroy it in Time War. So,
well, that's another really big plot hole. Is I really like the character of Danny Pink, but I guess they maybe had a falling out with the contract with the actor, and that's why they wrote him off, because they were building him up like he was going to be this major character in the future. That he was you know, him and Claire had gotten together, and they had descendants that were time travelers. But then they kill him off, so therefore it seems to create a plot hole, because it's like, well, there was that whole episode where he had descendants that were time travelers, but maybe that's in a parallel universe. But that seemed to, the way they finished off Danny Pink seemed very fishy and very flaky and very inconclusive. It didn't seem like a conclusive death to me, but I doubt they'll ever do that. I think, from what I understand, behind the scenes, the actor, I can't remember the actor's name, who played Danny Pink. He had some kind of contract dispute, and so they just wrote him off. And you can kind of tell that with the way he just suddenly, abruptly, his character dies, and he's like sort of talking to Claire in a dimensional portal, but did he die or did he not die? But then Claire insists that he dies. That to me seems a bit of a plot hole too. I wish they would resolve that.
I think they should have resolved it, because then it would kind of make the future weird, because they're supposed to have a kid and more kids, and that kind of ruins the whole timeline, I guess.
Well, now that Claire has a TARDIS, she could travel back in time and save Danny Pink. So maybe that's what she does, and that's why they do have time traveler descendants. Could be
that Doctor finds her with Danny Pink and the TARDIS and Ashilda, and then just, or maybe Ashilda left and it's just her and Danny Pink.
Maybe.
That would be interesting. I didn't think of that. So
I wonder if that one girl, the Game of Thrones girl,
Ashilda.
I wonder if she's coming back. I liked her character. Her character was interesting.
I mean, Game of Thrones is going to be over in 2 years, so I don't know. I mean, she basically said no, because I guess she didn't like the fans' reaction to her, because they didn't like her because of her being responsible for Clara's death, and they weren't crazy about her. So
yeah, but then there was a lot of fans who hated Clara, so they should have been happy in that sense. I don't know. So, like, you can't please anybody,
I know.
I think you should just instead of trying to do fan service, I think it's the problem. It's a little bit too much fan service. They should just stick to a good story, even if it is dark, like Heaven Sent, and that's what I would hope for. And no more long gaps between seasons. That leads me to believe that the show's on the verge of being canceled. I know that
I don't like that at all.
Well, I know that the ratings for Doctor Who have been low. I think like season 9 was really low, and
I think the Christmas special was pretty good ratings.
It was? Okay. I remember reading an article in some British magazine online where they said that the beginning of season 9 was really low and they almost canceled Doctor Who. And I was like, oh, that's not good. But
Doctor Who's commissioned. Well, they couldn't cancel it because Doctor Who's commissioned until 2020, so they would just not renew it in 2020. I mean, it's basically...
Or they would just have an indefinite...
There's a contract that says it has to continue until 2020.
Well, that might be the reason why that they've taken a break for a year, because they're like, wow, season 9 got really low ratings. Well, I mean, I think contract to keep it going to 20. Go ahead.
The reasoning behind the delay was BBC, supposedly, because they wanted to put their money to the Olympics and all this other stuff. So they kind of delayed Doctor Who in this instance.
Okay.
So that they're the reason behind it. But anyway, I really don't think they should screw around with that, because they're losing a lot of their shows like Top Gear and Bake Off and all these other different things that they have. And I don't think they could afford to really take off from Doctor Who for a year. I think it hurts the show, and it makes it that much more difficult to get people interested in a new season if it's been off this season for a year. I mean, you basically lose a generation of fans to not watching Doctor Who because it's the whole year, So anyway, thank you, Steampunk Starraisin. Happy New Year, everybody. Hopefully 2017 will be a great year for you. And
hopefully it'll be better than 2016. 2016 was sucky.
That sucks, bro. It was the worst year for you, and I had a great year. So hopefully it'll be a better year for everyone.
There was just a lot of good people that died too, like Carrie Fisher and whatnot.
I know. That's traumatized by it, believe me when I tell you.
David
really
Bowie,
upset.
I didn't like
David
yeah.
George Michael. I know.
And well, I mean, we're getting into everything show kind of stuff, but yeah, I wasn't a big fan of George Michael, so they didn't really bother me that much. But Carrie Fisher and David Bowie bothered me.
All right, so hopefully Doctor Who is huge in 2017, I hope. I hope we like Bill. I hope we like Nardole. Thank you, Steampunk Starraisin.
No problem.
Take care. Bye for now.